Biverb by Sound Device Digital/United Plugins is the reverb version of what we already got in Pluralis. The big trick of these plugins is that they can split the audio in two, where each of the resulting bands gets its own effect module. In the case of Biverb, it's two identical reverbs. This splitting can be done in one of four ways. The first is a left-right split, then you get mid-side, low and high frequencies, and level-bass split. This opens up a whole world of useful and creative effects. But first, what's in the package? The most important part are the crossovers. These aren't very rigid, there is some healthy amount of blend between the bands, as you can see here with the frequency crossover. You can see it on the plugin itself as well. The other important part are the reverb modules. These identical modules have 6 reverb models with a max reverb time of 10 seconds. Let's go through some of the presets to demonstrate the sound of Biverb. Note how ambient pad is a special subcategory. This shows what one of the strengths of this plugin is, and let's start with that.
Suddenly you ask how long I'm staying. I don't know if I should. And then suddenly you ask how long I'm staying. I don't know if I should go or dive my head in. And then suddenly you.
There are several useful things you can do with the 4 split options. I'll show you that in a second. But first, please make sure to subscribe if you haven't already and hit that little like button. Left-right can create very wide reverbs. This is a trick often used in studios. You take a different reverb and different settings for left and right side, and the result is often very wide.
Go or dive my head in. And then suddenly you take a hold of me. I just won't take go down. And then suddenly you ask how long I'm staying. I don't know if I should go or dive my head in. And then suddenly you take a hold of me. I just won't take go down. Free, 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 free.
And when you use dispersion, it's easy to create a wide delay-based effect. Mid-side split is more tricky, and this one only works on tracks which have stereo info to begin with. And I found out this will not work on mono sources, even with mono content on a stereo track. These next keys have a long delay happening. I only want to diffuse this delay and keep the keys clear and make things wider. You have to be careful not to push too much, as with everything mid-size related. You can destroy the stereo image quite easily. With the frequency split, it's easy to dial in a reverb on the highest frequencies to give extra sparkle when needed. Or you can use a reverb on the lowest notes only, which can give a drone type of effect. Then you use the higher frequencies dry for movement. And level split can be useful as well. Let's take this snare track, and this has some bleed of hi-hat and a kick. When I would use the entire track like this, everything gets that reverb. But when I only want the loudest snare hits to get a reverb, I normally have to use a gate. With the two bands of Biverb, I can do this within the plugin. You simply not use the lower band. When you now adjust the crossover, you get only a reverb on the loudest snare hits. For me, Biverb really is a tool. Most of what this plugin can do you could probably manage yourself with some clever routing of buses and effects. But that will take more time and will be clunky. Biverb works fast and really well, and it's not restricted to crazy effects only, as I have shown you. Download the trial or get it, the intro price is just 15 euros. That way you will find out if the plugin will fit in your audio toolshed.